Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to What's on Your Mind. I'm Russ Rhodes, your host. We're going to have open conversation today, 724-438-4593. I've got a lot of things on my list, but if there's something else you want to chat about, that's fine by me, but you're still going to have to give me a call. What's on Your Mind is brought to you by Tireman's Auto Garage, K2 Engineering, Coldwell Banker, Laurel Ridge Realty, Chestnut Ridge Counseling, Hicks and Baugh's Drugstore, Red Rooster Dumpster and Hauling, and Bright Stripes Seal Coating and Line Striping. Okay, I'm going to start off with back on something that I had brought up yesterday, and that was Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard sending a file, if you will, to the Department of Justice, asking for their own investigation and prosecution, I guess, into was the whole Russia-Trump collusion to fix the 2016 election. Was that all conjured up by former President Biden and members of his cabinet and intelligence team, as these documents that were sent over allege? So, if the Department of Justice does its own investigation and they determine that there's validity to these allegations, do you think the DOJ should then prosecute? Should they prosecute, if warranted, former President Obama, former FBI Director James Comey, former, I think, CIA Director James Clapper, Brennan, and a whole host, Susan Rice, and a whole host of others? In that, do you think charges should be brought? So let me know what you think on that. All righty. Hunter Biden, former President Biden's son, has made a little bit of noise in the last few days. He did he was interviewed on the Channel 5 podcast hosted by Andrew Callahan. Now, I will tell you, I don't listen to podcasts. You know, I couldn't tell you the difference between Channel 5 and the Joe Rogan show, and, you know, name anybody else. I couldn't tell you the difference of it. Just know that Hunter Biden was on the Channel 5 podcast, whatever that is. But he went and just about went scorched earth on everybody. Went after President Trump. Went after the president of El Salvador, President Bukele, on there. Went after George Clooney. Went after former President Obama and Democratic strategists. He just went after everybody. The F word was quite prevalent in his answers to questions posed to him. He likened President Trump and his supporters to Confederates and the KKK going after blacks in the South. Talking about immigration, and again, the Trump policy on immigration, and the El Salvador president working with him on this. And again, he goes, you know, who do you think, you know, cleans your bathrooms and cleans your hotel rooms and makes your beds and does your cooking? You know what? It seems to me everything that he was saying here, you know, to me that's a way of he was putting down immigrants, because all the jobs he was listing were menial tasks, really, that required no sort of training or education. And I find it funny that he's comparing President Trump and his supporters to the KKK when it was Democrats who wanted to keep slavery intact and who were blockage, who slowed down civil rights and tried to block it in Congress. It's just this tirade to me was just unbelievable. Claimed that the disastrous debate was because his dad had basically, he said, flown around the world 3 times and he was tired and he had to take Ambien. Wow. Wow. Huh? So your thoughts, if you're familiar with the podcast at all or have heard anything about it, your thoughts on that. Speaking of the F word, late night host Stephen Colbert, in his first monologue since being canceled by CBS, went after President Trump. Apparently, President Trump mocked him a little bit for his TV demise, and Stephen Colbert told the president to do something that really is physical impossible to do. I also find it interesting that all of those coming to Stephen Colbert's defense, they're using this as a threat against free speech and how it was done to appease Donald Trump. And it was all part of the lawsuit settlement that CBS and Paramount agreed to with Donald Trump. Nobody brought up the fact that the show costs $100 million a year to produce and was losing $40 million a year. Wow. Nobody brought that up. Nobody brought up the idea that, maybe, just maybe, CBS made a business decision. Okay. So let's see here. What else? Also, the Department of Justice supposedly, is in conversations with former Jeffrey Epstein best friend, Ghislaine Maxwell, as to whether she wants to tell her story and cooperate in further investigations in exchange for getting out of jail. So she's I think she's in her 3rd year of a 20-year sentence on sex charges in conjunction with having been with Jeffrey Epstein. So your thoughts on that? Meanwhile, the Justice Department is looking to release grand jury transcripts concerning Jeffrey Epstein. The judge is open to it, but he needs more information before he gives the okay on that. Mike Rowe, you might remember he had a TV show called Dirty Jobs. Remember, so every week he would do a dirty job. He invited companies or people that work dirty jobs to invite him on to do their job with them and to learn about it. And he's done some other things. He's got now a nonprofit called Micro Works, where he gives scholarships to kids to go to trade schools. So apparently last week he was in Pittsburgh at Carnegie Mellon at the Energy and Investment Summit where $90 billion were pledged as investments in Pennsylvania when it comes to energy and AI development. So he makes the comment here that, first off, he's thrilled with this investment in Pennsylvania alone. Imagine what it could be across the country. But he says he does not see AI going after the jobs of miners or plumbers or electricians, welders. Did I say welders? He sees them going more after the tech jobs and computer jobs such as coders, whatnot. So really pushing the idea of, again, more of what's considered the blue-collar jobs. So what do you think? Do you agree with Mike Rowe on that? I certainly do. I do. I like the idea of really pushing for these blue-collar jobs. Okay, another thing here on my list. So last week or 2 weeks ago, within the last 2 weeks, President Trump made this announcement that after talks with Coca-Cola, he says they have agreed to stop using corn syrup as their sweetener in Coca-Cola and going back to real cane sugar as its sweetener. Excuse me. This is all part of the Make America Healthy Again, MAHA. Coca-Cola, they never confirmed that, but they just came out, said they have a new product that's going to be released this fall that does use real cane sugar. So I wonder what that product is. I hope this rollout is met a lot more successfully than what their real Coke rollout was. What was that, like 25, 30 years ago? That was such a disaster. So we can chat about that as well. And then last on my list, the Steelers yesterday revealed their new throwback uniform. So they reached back into the history of the Steelers and the beginnings, and the uniform for their throwback game and or games, I don't know this season, was revealed. And so I didn't know if you've had a chance to look at them. I kind of like them. I do. I think they're interesting. One thing that's neat is on the front of the jersey, the numbers are, I think I got this right, numbers are white. On the back of the jersey, they're black. Kind of different. Not seen that before. They don't have the current Steeler logo. What they have on there is the crest of the city of Pittsburgh is part of the uniform. Pants are a beige color. So the helmet, we really didn't get a good look at the helmet. It was it was a front view. So it was the yellow gold helmet with the black stripe going down the center. So we don't know what's on the side of the helmet. So if you've had a chance to see the throwback uniform for the Pittsburgh Steelers this year, give me a call, comment on that. And, of course, players, they report to St. Vincent College in Latrobe tomorrow with first practice set for Thursday, at which point baseball season in Pittsburgh will officially come to an end. It was nice. Paul Skeens actually won a game last night. His first win since I think it was May 28th, I saw, and his first win at home since at least the beginning of May. So that was nice. He pitched 6 scoreless innings, brought his ERA down to 1.91. I guess had 6 strikeouts in there as well. So why he wasn't allowed? He only threw like 85 pitches. Why not let him go far? I don't know, but I just don't understand, as I've mentioned before. 724-438-4593. Both lines are open. It's time for my first break of the afternoon, and we'll take some calls after this.
Do you have a job around the house that you just aren't sure how to tackle? Then it's time to call Fulham's Full Service, your Best in Fayette Gold Medal winner for professional maintenance and handyman. Fully licensed and insured, owner Cody Fulham does it all, from home renovations and repairs to landscaping and auto detailing. Needless to say, he's ready to help you. Call Fulham's today at 724-466-4194 and follow them on Facebook to learn more about their projects and the work they can do for you.
Bright Stripe, Fayette County's premier asphalt seal coating professionals, locally owned by Matt and Lexi George. Bright Stripe specializes in residential and commercial asphalt seal coating, also excelling in line striping and layouts, thermoplastic, and infrared asphalt repair. Bright Stripe has succeeded due to their commitment to quality work for 30 years. Bright Stripe, 724-437-6090, or visit bright-stripe.com. BRITE-stripe.com.
Hello, I'm attorney Jeremy Davis from the law firm of Davis & Davis. We have been helping the great people of Fayette County for over 45 years with personal injury claims. If you are hurt or injured, call our law firm for your free consultation. The insurance companies are not on your side. Call us today at 724-437-2799. Either myself or an attorney from our office will personally come out and meet with you. If you're in an accident or hurt, call us at Davis & Davis, 724-437-2799 for your free consultation. Let us fight for you.
Don't miss this year's Fayette County Fair, July 24th through August 2nd. Buy advance tickets now, online or at an advance ticket location and save. Locations include All Around Fence Company, Armstrong, Big Barn, Country Feed and Supply, Fayette Chamber of Commerce, E.B. and Skosick Tire, Jackson Farms, Neubauer's Flowers, New Salem Mini Mart, various Somerset Trust locations, several Sweet Peace locations, and local United Bank locations. Visit FayetteFair.com for specific locations or to purchase online tickets. All rides, concerts, and entertainment are included in the ticket price. Save time and money. Buy your advance tickets now and save for the whole family. The Fayette County Fair, July 24th through August 2nd. For more info about ticket prices, the full schedule of events, where to buy advance tickets locally, or to buy tickets online, visit FayetteFair.com.
Fayette County Fair, incredible fun for everyone.
Your mental health is your most valuable asset. With 55 years of experience serving Western Pennsylvania, Chestnut Ridge Counseling Services is ready and able to assist you with all of your mental health needs. Offering over 20 specialized treatments, open access, and just-in-time scheduling means that you receive the treatment you need in a time-conscious fashion. Chestnut Ridge Counseling now offers telehealth, mental health urgent care with immediate access to a mental health professional with no appointment necessary. Call 724-437-0729. That's 724-437-0729 for mental health urgent care at Chestnut Ridge Counseling. Outpatient care options include individual, group, and family therapies, mental health and psychiatric evaluations, and medication services. Outpatient care and services are also available for patients under the age of 18, geared towards youth-centric problems and concerns. Take control of your mental health care with Chestnut Ridge Counseling Services. Call 724-437-0729 to set up an appointment or speak immediately with a mental health professional. Did you know that you have a choice for your physical therapy provider? NovaCare Rehabilitation offers same-day appointments, and oftentimes you don't need a prescription from your doctor to see us. We will make sure that you are treated as an individual and will work directly one-on-one with you to help achieve your goals. You have tried the rest, now try the best. NovaCare, Delaware Avenue in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-0556 to schedule your appointment today.
Welcome back to What's on Your Mind. I'm Russ Rhodes, your host. Open conversation. Both lines are open. 724-438-4593. 888-866-9933. Give me a buzz. Hey, we're bringing you the Pirate game tomorrow afternoon, so know what's on your mind tomorrow. So if you got something on your mind that you want to talk about, well, now's your time to do it, because it's not going to be available to you tomorrow. So give me that call, 724-438-4593. Hey, one thing I did forget to mention, Theo Huxtable from The Cosby Show, Malcolm Jamal Warner, unfortunately passed away. I think it was just yesterday on a family vacation down in Costa Rica, and was out in the ocean and got caught up in a current, and unfortunately he drowned. So a life again taken too young. Very talented young man. If you call 54 young, younger than me anyway. So unfortunately, Malcolm Jamal Warner passed away yesterday. So any comments you have on that, well, that's a welcome as well. So, all righty. Hey, it is a gorgeous, gorgeous day out there. The WMBS Weather Center is telling us it's 79 degrees outside. A light little breeze to take the edge off somewhat. Beautiful blue sky. I don't know, the Midwest is undergoing what is called, I guess, a heat dome. Just very high temperatures again. A lot of cities are expected to be hitting the 3 digits today. I don't know if that's heading our direction or not. Common sense kind of tells me that it is. But when that hits, I don't know if it's going to hit tomorrow, whether it hits Thursday for the start of the Fayette County Fair. I honestly don't know. So if you were thinking about taking the air conditioners out of your windows, you might want to hold off just to be on the safe side. And if you haven't gotten around to put in any in your windows yet, well, you might want to think about doing so now. That's something I really ought to do. I've just never got around to putting them in. Fans in the window, they're so much easier to do. But I just might break down and get some AC units put in here in the next day or two. What else do you want to chat? So I brought up the question, should the Department of Justice go forward with prosecuting if evidence warrants that? If they do, to me, I think the groundwork precedence has already been laid. When then former President Trump was indicted, brought up on charges, and tried in one of his cases anyway, the phrase we often heard was, "No one's above the law." We heard that almost daily. No one's above the law. And it came from, it came from TV pundits, radio pundits. It was in commentary in newspapers. We heard it from legal personnel, especially on the prosecution side. We heard it from other government employees, whether they were in the Justice Department or elected members of Congress. We heard that phrase a lot. No one is above the law. So if the Department of Justice, in this case, where it's alleged that former President Obama and others in his administration, including then former Vice President Biden, went on to be president, as you well know, they knew about this. They all colluded together, knowing they were presenting a falsehood that Donald Trump colluded with Russia to hack and interfere with the 2016 election. This is the allegations, that they knew, and they went ahead and they presented these falsehoods to you and me and the courts with the sole purpose of trying to bring down Donald Trump. Now, some would say that's treasonous. I'm not going to go that far. But certainly what they did, or have been accused of doing, I should say, to me, that raises some serious questions. So, if they do move forward with indictments and prosecution, is it a continuation of no one is above the law, or is it going to be looked at as political retribution? So what do you think on all of that? 724-438-4593. Hello, welcome to What's on Your Mind.
Hello, Russ.
Yes, Fred.
How you doing?
Good, yourself?
Pretty good. Hey, it seems like that you know a lot of what's going on in the political world. You was talking about everything. Yesterday I asked you about if you heard about Trump saying that this Epstein thing was a hoax. You said you never heard it.
No, I said I never heard Donald Trump say it was a hoax. That's what that's what you had asked me, and I said no, I've never heard it.
Okay, but you seem like you know everything else.
Well, so that part I've never heard, Fred. I mean, I know, obviously, I know about the whole Jeffrey Epstein episode. I don't know everything about it, but I know a lot of it. I didn't happen to know about the president supposedly, and I'll take your word for it, that he said it was all a hoax.
Yeah, you just hear what you want to hear.
Fred, I didn't hear it.
Okay. But you know everything else. If what I'm referring to is stuff that I've heard more than once.
Okay, the stuff I've referred to is it's almost... What's whistling in the background, Fred? Because it's killing my ears right now.
I don't know.
And I've lost my train of thought here. You know, what I've heard has been on the radio, it's been on the news more than once, several times, for months at a time.
Yeah.
Somebody saying something in general like it's all a hoax, you know, that's a one-day news event. And if I don't hear it, I don't hear it.
Not someone. Trump said that.
It doesn't matter whether it was President Trump or it was Genghis Khan. If it's said if it's reported on for just over a day period, I'm not necessarily going to hear it. So I did not hear it. So let's move on to the next topic. Okay.
That's all I have.
All right. Bye.
Like I say.
724-438-4593. Both lines are open. Give me a buzz. Would love to chat with you. Whether it's about Epstein, whether it's about President Trump supposedly saying it was some of this stuff is a hoax. I just, you know, whatever. I'll take Fred as his word. I think Fred's taking it. I think Fred is referring to Donald Trump calling it a hoax, saying that the whole. I think Fred thinks that means the whole Jeffrey Epstein thing is a hoax, and that's not the case at all. So anyway, if you want to give me a call and give me your thoughts on the quote unquote hoax, I'd love to hear from you on that. I just, you know, I'm also going to come back here to the whole Hunter Biden interview on the Channel 5 podcast the other day, which apparently lasted for like 3 hours, where he just goes on and rants and rants. And if this is who the Democrat Party is turning to help change the narrative, to try and win back voters in the lead up to the 2026 midterms, which is still pretty much a year and a half away. Boy, they're really in trouble. They really are. You know, and couple that with the whole story about Zohan Namdami, the Democrat mayoral candidate in New York City, who, you know, he says he's a socialist, but how much what he spouts is communist in nature. This is, I don't, and if the Democratic Party, the powers that be within it, go and give their endorsement, the Democratic Party will cease to exist, really. And I don't say that lightly, because I know people have in the past, within the past 10 years, have said, oh, well, you know, the Republican Party will cease to exist in X amount of years as well. But, you know, socialism, communism, out and out socialism, communism. Do you really think this country is ready to, wants that? Do you think, and I'm not just going to say the majority, I'm going to say the vast majority. Do you really think 90% of this country is really ready and wanting and heading for communism as our form of government? You know, Mr. Mondami has talked about confiscating homes of the rich to be used as housing for the homeless. Do you really think that's where this country wants to go? 724-438-4593. Hello, welcome to What's on Your Mind.
Well, I didn't know you changed your format into a bird lover show.
Yeah, I don't know what the heck was going on with that, Frank. Were you hearing it on your end?
Sure, it's his hearing aid feeding back.
Okay.
That's a very common sound with elderly people, but Fred doesn't seem to care. I think he calls in your show to, score points against President Trump, and all he seems to do is embarrass himself.
Mm-hmm.
He should show a little dignity there and not have his hearing aid in his ear, tweeting and popping on the radio. He's just annoying. But I tend to think that's his purpose, for the simple reason that he has nothing to say. He just asks questions about things he doesn't know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what did he have to say about Trump and the Epstein affair, except have you heard anything about it, blah-de-blah. Nothing of substance. You know, we live in a wonderful day and age when you can research just about anything, with a cell phone or a computer or a newspaper. If he doesn't have anything to say, why does he bother?
Mm-hmm.
You know, just to be annoying, I guess, and be heard. And that's a shame, because it sort of destroys the give and take of your show. You know,
yeah,
it just becomes personal and really mindless, because I think the whole Epstein business is kind of a non-issue. I think it's something that should be heard in the courts, and right now I don't think the liberal media has much to say against President Trump, because many of his policies are so popular, starting with sealing the border.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to ask yourself why it was opened in the first place.
Right. And I'm going to add, too, by the way, you know, when Hunter Biden said he would invade El Salvador if if the president didn't send the illegals back to the U.S. I want to remind Mr. Biden that President Buchel, and I'm not even sure if I'm pronouncing that right, apparently he won election by 85%, with 85% of the vote down. He's more popular than President Trump.
Very good.
So,
yeah. I believe you.
Yeah.
El Salvador has been in a state of almost civil war, and it was really our fault, the interference of the Bush administration, the first Bush administration, and the CIA. It's coming to a point of stability, and this is why so many people, and I don't blame them, came to this country illegally. But you have to ask why the border was opened and why illegals were given medical treatment, put on welfare, housed at, the public expense, why their children were educated, and, they weren't vetted for past criminal activity or medical conditions or anything. The border was just, no civilized country in modern times has ever done this.
No.
And if Fred wants to look into something, tell him to look into the riots right now in Britain, in London, illegals who, feel as though this is their right. And France and Spain. Italy was smart enough to shut down the illegals coming across the Mediterranean. They took 75,000 and said, we can't take any more. So they don't have the riots. But Spain, France, England can't support, these hordes of people.
Right.
And, they want to retain their languages. They want to retain their religion. And parts of England now are run by Sharia law, which is a very conservative Muslim law that, for example, disrespects women like you can't imagine. There's a rape every hour in the city of London. Does that sound like Great Britain? Look into what's going on. This is terrible. So, Fred, please take off your hearing aid and tune in your mind.
I mean, is there any wonder that the new chancellor of Germany is conservative? The prime minister of Italy, she's very conservative. The winner of, I think, the Polish elections that just is on the conservative side. So, Europe more and more is following in the steps of the U.S. and electing leaders that are not necessarily Trump-esque, but they lean towards conservative values and limiting illegal aliens in their country.
Well, the basic question of economics is the rationing of scarcity.
Yeah.
There's only so many goods and services to go around. And I, empathize with people who come to America because they want the good life, the American way, the American life. But John Fetterman, a very compassionate man and a Democrat whose wife is from Colombia, said it's unfair to promise these people that way of life that we can't offer it to them because we don't have the jobs, we don't have the health facilities or the educational facilities or the housing. It's unfair to bring them into this country, luring them with that promise.
Absolutely.
And
Yep.
So,
and Frank, I got to run here. We're coming up on the news, and I got to get this last bit of break in.
Very good.
All right, Frank,
bye-bye, Russ.
Thanks for your call. Appreciate it. Bye-bye. Hey, we'll be right back after these messages.
Well, warmer days are ahead, the kind of days when you'll be enjoying your deck or patio again, especially with retractable or fixed awnings from Lifetime Awnings. Made in the USA with manufacturers and customer guarantees, Lifetime Awnings products last. Lifetime Awnings is veteran-owned and operated with a 10% discount to all military veterans and their families. Lifetime Awnings, 724-554-6067. Call for a no-cost or obligation home consultation or email John, the owner, at lifetimeawningsusa@gmail.com. Saving money when you buy a new home isn't a fantasy. It's reality at Clayton Homes of Bell Vernon. With up to $5,000 in instant savings during the Sign and Save sales event, it's the perfect place to find the home you've always wanted. So don't let your dream home stay a fantasy. Visit Clayton Homes of Bell Vernon today at 4500 PA 51. Terms and conditions for the Sign and Save sales event at manufacturedhomeoffers.com. Available only at participating Clayton Homes family of brands retailers through August 31st. Amount of savings may be limited. Ask for details. May not be available with certain financing. Lender restrictions apply.
Warm weather is finally here, and with it, the opportunity to upgrade your lawn or yard with a new fence from All Around Fence Company. Conveniently located at 7896 National Pike, Uniontown, All Around Fence has been installing quality residential, commercial, and farm fencing for more than 45 years. Offering residential fencing including chain link, decorative aluminum, steel, and more, All Around Fence has a fence for you. All Around Fence is also your one-stop shop for Neutrina products and carries livestock, equine, and pet supplies too. So whether you need to upgrade an existing fence, add a new gate, or are looking to install an all-new fence, All Around Fence has the answers for you. Visit them Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. or give them a call at 724-439-0331. To learn more, visit allaroundfence.com.
Attention, active and retired coal miners. Have you been screened for black lung? Here at the Black Lung Clinic at Centerville Clinics, we offer yearly screenings, diagnosis, education, and treatment options to help you live a fuller, healthier life. We provide care regardless of your ability to pay. Call Centerville Clinics today at 724-632-6801. Do it today.
Are you looking to list or sell your house? Now is the time to let the professionals at Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty help you with all of your real estate needs. Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty has two convenient locations to better serve you. In Uniontown area, 724-437-7100, or in Connellsville area, 724-628-7200, and speak with one of our real estate professionals. Visit our website, caldwellbanker.com. We have been proudly serving Western Pennsylvania area for over 30 years and look forward to helping you with all of your real estate needs. Broker Paul Borch Jr.
Chesler's Fine Furniture is overstocked with reclining sofas and reclining love seats from America's most famous manufacturers, Lazy Boy, Best Home Furnishings, and Catnapper. And right now, they put their best sellers on sale in both fabric and leather. Featured is a 3-piece sectional in fabric for $32.99, or the same model in genuine leather for $33.99. And yes, there are 2 recliners in the sectional. Chesler's has a beautiful reclining sofa in brown for $7.99 and the matching love seat for $7.49. In the Lazy Boy department, select the Morrison model, available in 5 colors for $12.99 and matching love seat for $12.49. If you need a recliner, there are models to match each group. So breathe some excitement back into your family room with Chesler's Fine Furniture's best sellers. Credit terms and delivery are available. Chesler's Fine Furniture, Route 51 in Uniontown, where customers send their friends.
WMBS.
Welcome back to What's on Your Mind. We've got about a minute left in this hour to have a short conversation or comment. It's up to you. Give me a call, 724-438-4593. Or, if you prefer, you can wait until after the news when we'll have a whole heck of a lot more time for you and I to chat. So it's your option to choose from. So having some nice conversation here in the first hour. I hope to continue that in the second hour. So we'll continue with the same topics. And also anything that you want to chat about. So give me a call on that in the next hour as well. It is open conversation. And I enjoy chatting with, although some might be a little exasperating, I will admit. I do really enjoy having all of the phone calls that we do get here at What's on Your Mind. Hey, CBS News Now is just around the corner. Going to bring you news from around the world, around the country, and then it's TJ with the local news, sports, and weather. This is WMBS Uniontown at the Tone. It's going to be 2 o'clock.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts. I'm Cammie McCormick. A top Justice Department official says he'll meet with Jeffrey Epstein's former girlfriend in the latest attempt by the administration to downplay any remaining questions in the case. Linda Kenyon reports.
I don't know anything about it.
That's what President Trump said when asked about the Justice Department's overtures to Ghislaine Maxwell.
Yeah, I don't know about it, but I think it's something that sounds appropriate to do, yeah.
Maxwell is serving a 20-year sentence for helping Epstein in sex trafficking of underage girls. The president also deflected, citing past grievances against Democrats.
They tried to rig the election.
Trump was close friends with Jeffrey Epstein many years ago, but later denounced him, along with Republicans who are demanding more transparency. Linda Kenyon, CBS News, Washington.
The UN says 1,000 Palestinians have been killed by Israeli forces since May while trying to get food. Secretary General Antonio Guterres.
Malnourishment is soaring. Starvation is not